Clinton to a virtual tie. And I don't even know yet, we have not even seen all of the breakdowns of the election results. And I'm extraordinarily proud of the 15,000 volunteers that we had on the ground who made that victory possible. I think the establishment in this country, the political establishment, the economic establishment is getting nervous. And what they are getting nervous about is that millions of people will now become engaged in what I call a political revolution, that voter turnout will go up, that working people will become engaged, young people will become engaged. And when that happens, we will not only win the general election, but we will create a government in Washington that works for all of us and not just wealthy campaign contributors. Thank you.
Senator Sanders, are you conceding the race in Iowa?
We want to look at some of the numbers. The last that I saw is we were 4 delegates down. As I understand it, there were some precincts actually where delegates were won with a flip of the coin, actually. I'm not sure that. I think there were 6 cases. So we want to take a look at that.
Are you going to contest the results?
Well, we want to look at it. You know, when you have, again, you know, I was on a plane last night and, you know, I'm here right now, so we have another time to analyze it. But our people in Iowa are taking a look at that. But I, you know, do think it's kind of unfortunate that, and again, I don't want to misspeak here, but it may be the case that some delegates were selected based on a flip of a coin. Not the best way to do democracy.
With your lead in New Hampshire, how confident are you come Monday?
Well, I heard you loud and clear. Now, look. Let's be very clear. Secretary Clinton ran here in 2008. Secretary Clinton won here in 2008. Secretary Clinton has a very formidable political organization and, as you know, has virtually the entire political establishment on her side. So, you know, we are taking nothing for granted. Trust me, we are not. We are going to work as hard as we can. We just did this wonderful meeting here in Keene. We'll be in Claremont later in the afternoon. We're going to be all over this state. So we are going to work with our volunteers to bring out as many people as possible. And we look forward to winning here, but we take nothing for granted.
Senator, Hillary Clinton has called herself a progressive with a plan. Do you think Hillary Clinton is a progressive?
Some days, yes, except when she announces that she is a proud moderate. And then I guess she is not a progressive. I think, frankly, it is very hard to be a real progressive and to take on the establishment in a way that I think has to be taken when you become as dependent as she has through her super PAC and in other ways on Wall Street or drug company money.
Senator Sanders, you said people should read Bill Press's new book, Buyer's Remorse. It is a critique of Obama and that liberals should be looking for more in the next president.
Well, did you read my blurb?
Let me ask a question. Who do you think is the heir to Barack Obama in this race, you or Hillary Clinton?
It's not the issue is
well, that's
that,
my question.
excuse me, can I give you the answer? Okay. What is disturbing to me is that the Republican Party, in an incredibly partisan way, simply denies the reality of where we were 7 years ago. Where we were 7 years ago is we were losing 800,000 jobs a month. The world's financial system was on the verge of collapse, and we were running up a $1.4 trillion deficit, the largest deficit in our history. I believe that under Obama and Joe Biden, we have made huge progress. The economy is not anywhere near where I want it to be, but nobody who is any way objective will deny the fact that we have made real progress. And I think the president deserves credit for that. What I said in that blurb, if you read the blurb, is that I think the next president of the United States has got to be extraordinarily aggressive in bringing people into the political process. That's what I mean by a political revolution. That is the most important thing that can happen. Because unless we change that political dynamic, it will be Wall Street and the drug companies and the fossil fuel industry, because of their great power, they will be able to continue to dominate the legislative process in Washington. So that's what I think. It's what I wrote. And what I believe is the next president has got to do everything bring more people into the process, and that's precisely what I'm doing right now.
Senator Sanders, can you give us an update on what the situation is with the debate later this week? Are you planning to attend?
Yeah, let me tell you what it is. Thank you for asking that question. And your question was okay, too, but I mostly wanted to thank you. And I want you all to remember this, and if anyone wants to argue with me here. The DNC decided that they wanted to do 6 debates. We were not consulted in that at all. We were told, I think, a few hours before, day before, that's the way it is. 6 debates. What I said from day one, along with Governor O'Malley, is I think we should have more debates. Clinton campaign was not particularly interested in more debates. And then, I don't know, it was a week ago, 10 days ago, Secretary Clinton decided that she would like to change the rules, and was no longer happy with what the DNC had proposed, and wanted a debate in New Hampshire. Now, I like debates. Everybody in Vermont knows that I do debates all the time. I enjoy it. That's fine with me, but what we said is, okay, you want to do another debate here in New Hampshire. I think I understand why you want to do that. That's fine. But we're going to do other debates as well. And we proposed a debate in California, our nation's largest state. We proposed a debate in Michigan. In Michigan, what the Clinton people said is they wanted to do the debate, as I recall, after the primary. That didn't make a whole lot of sense to me to do it afterwards, and we changed that. And now we're back to what I think makes a lot of sense, and that is Secretary Clinton represented New York State in the Senate for 7 years, I believe. I would like to see us do a debate in New York City. And I am a little bit amazed that Secretary Clinton does not want to have a debate in the state that she represented for 7 years in the Senate. So that's what we would like. But to answer your question, I hope and expect this thing will be resolved, that we will have 3 more debates, and I certainly hope they'll be in California, Michigan, and New York State, and that we'll have a debate in New Hampshire. But that's not definite yet. We're still working on the details, and we hope very much that Secretary Clinton will agree to have a debate in the state that she represented for 7 years.
Thanks, everybody.
Senator, if it turns out that you did fall 0.2% short in Iowa, how long are those 0.2% going to keep you up at night?
Not at all. I slept like a log last night. Look, I know media, in all due respect. Every place you go, well, it's all Iowa. What happens if you... What about New Hampshire? Guys, this is a national election. We did phenomenally well in Iowa last night. We made history. We overcame a 50-point deficit. In terms of delegates, I don't even know what it is. We're 1 or 2 points behind when you need, what do you need, 2,500 delegates. So what does that mean? New Hampshire here, we're fighting in New Hampshire. Then we're going to Nevada. Then we're going to South Carolina. Then we're going all over this country. And I think media gets hung up on what happens if you lose this or if you win this. And if Hillary Clinton lost in Iowa, it would have been the end of the world. No, it wouldn't have been. She would have been here. This is the way it is. This is a national election. We're going to go to state after state after state after state. And I think that the vision that we have for America is, in fact, it is bringing forth an incredible response from the American people. And I am confident that at the end of the day, we will bring forth the major, most significant political upset in the modern history of the United States that we're going to win. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Senator.